Hi, I'm Elle Jay, and this is the first episode of my series called Army Bebe. This is a series where I'm going to just talk about K-pop, my journey into becoming a K-pop stan. It's a very new journey that I'm on, and I don't have many people to share it with. So I just wanted to start making these YouTube videos to find people to talk with about K-pop, because I really like it. I'm really into it. I'm only a month into this journey, and I wanted to interact with people where I live. I don't have many people who I know that are into K-pop that are in my age group, I will say. One of the reasons why this is not a traditional video and you're just hearing my voice is because I am a teacher and I occasionally hear students talk about K-pop and BTS, and I really don't want anyone to come to school and say they saw Miss J on YouTube. So I'm going to stay anonymous and not show my face on this channel, but I hope my voice and the visuals that I produce through gifs and pictures will be enough and be engaging and entertaining enough. This will sort of be like a podcast format, but really kind of short videos. Just discussing my love and appreciation and interest in K-pop, mostly BTS and Monsta X. Those are my main groups right now, and I would definitely consider myself part of the BTS Army and a Monbebe, and that's why this series is called Army Bebe. Okay, so today's topic is, how did I get enlisted into the BTS Army? Slash, how did I become a Monbebe? It's a pretty interesting story. It all started with BTS. It all started with, actually, the Dynamite music video. But I want to give a little bit, I want to go back to my understanding of K-pop before the Dynamite video. I just want to give a little bit of backstory, a little bit of a funny how I came upon the Dynamite video, because like I said, I'm only a month and a half into this journey of being very much a K-pop fangirl, very much K-pop obsessed. And it's not like I didn't know. And the Dynamite video, from the time when I watched it, it came out in about August, and I didn't see it until like the last week of December. So, how can I miss the chart-topping, like, #1 song in the country, broke so many records song? How could I miss that? Well, funny story, I don't listen to the radio. I just kind of watch YouTube and download a lot of my songs. And if you are an avid YouTube watcher, which I guess you are if you're listening to me on YouTube, it's all about the algorithm, and the algorithm gives you whatever you put into it. And I was definitely not putting in K-pop. So how did I come to this? I knew about BTS. I've heard of them. I'm not one of these people who are like, who are they? I first heard about them about 3 years ago. It was the first time they were on Ellen, and I watched the whole segment. I didn't like the song Idol when I first heard it. It's still not one of my favorite songs by them. I remember the interview, and I thought it was very interesting. 7 members in a group, that was something I hadn't really seen before. Also, they were dressed pretty cool. I was impressed by RM's English, and I was very impressed when he basically said he taught himself English. I've been trying to teach myself Spanish for a while, and I just was like, he learned it from a TV show? And I was just like, should I watch like a telenovela to learn Spanish? So that was one of my first impressions of the group, was that this dude speaks really great English. I was interested in the group when I watched them. Even though I didn't really love Idol, I did look them up on Tumblr. Whenever I'm interested in something pop culture-y, I usually don't Google it. I usually go on Tumblr because I feel like that's where I get the real stuff. So my first impressions were RM's English and Jimin's beautiful face, and the fact that Army was pretty young based on the audience members. I looked on Tumblr, I saw a lot of fanfics about Jungkook, I saw a lot of pictures, and I was like, wow, this guy is like probably the most popular one in the group, because it was just like every post, every fanfic was just like Cookie, Jungkookie, Cook, we love Jungkook, and I was like, wow, he is cute, like I get it. But after looking them up on Tumblr, I just kind of, some people put their ages on Tumblr or based on like on their Tumblr pages and things like that. And I just felt like the fandom was so young, and like at that time I was probably 24, and I just felt like getting into a boy band is kind of weird. I've just felt weird about getting into a boy band at that age. And I just did not look into BTS at all. I would, they would come on Morning America. They would come on different shows that I might watch if I'm, home and watching the news with my, my family or something. But I didn't really have a desire to listen to any more than I was hearing on the talk shows. So cut to this year, the end of this year, 2020, like the last week in December, I'm home. I'm feeling sad because I'm a person who I kind of always look back at the year a little like mournfully, thinking I didn't do enough, and I kind of usually feel sad. You might say this is sad, but I usually feel sad on New Year's and on my birthday. I usually have like a slightly kind of melancholy, mournful kind of feeling. So I was in that mood, and kind of in a typical way, but then also compounded. It's quarantine. I'm somebody who at that time I was not doing my childhood education work. I had a tutoring job that wasn't really going through because I would have to go to a school, and so I was doing a lot of at-home work, and so at that time I was just feeling isolated, sad. It was just the end of 2020. Just I wasn't feeling optimistic, and I was like, I need something to distract me from this feeling, because I don't even see the new year. I didn't even kind of see the new year making it better. So, got that Netflix subscription, and I started watching 100 Days My Prince on Netflix. I love princess movies so much. Cinderella, Rapunzel, Tangled, all that stuff. I love it. Anything princessy, I want to watch it. And so I was like, this looks good. And then I was fascinated with the lead actor in the movie. He was just so good. He gave you all the emotions you needed for the character. He was just cute as a button and funny in a weird way, and everything. And about a day into watching it, my dad asked me about BTS because he's big into music. He's always like looking up different news articles about musicians and things like that, and who's breaking records. And he was just like, do you know about this group, BTS? And I was like, I've heard of them, but I really don't know that much about them. And then he was like, Google it for me, because you know how your older parents are always wanting you to Google things for them. Like they don't have a phone and they can't Google it for themselves. So I Googled it. I looked, up, and I said, oh, they're from South Korea. And I was like, oh, there's other bands. There's a band called EXO. There's, I think NCT 127. I was like, okay, they have, 7 members, and I just gave him the bare minimum basics just so I could, not be his information finder anymore. And he was just like, okay. And then I went back to watching my K-drama, looked up the K-drama, realized that it's starring D.O., who is a member of EXO, who I had just looked up because my dad wanted to know a little bit about K-pop. And I was just like, wow, this guy, he sings. I looked up a couple of EXO's videos and K-pop compilation videos just to do some research on him. And I was like, wow, this guy's amazing. He can sing really well, because anybody who listens to EXO, Dio has just a sweet, beautiful voice. And he's also an amazing actor. And he does dramas, really, this was a drama, but I'm talking about My Annoying Brother, that's a dramatic movie, So I really, really liked 100 Days My Prince. It was 16 episodes, and I watched the entire series in about 4 days. And, it was New Year's type of time, so I was off. So I just really liked that series, but because of me researching Dio, I got all this Korean media coming out of my YouTube algorithm. I was watching a lot of K-pop compilations, footage from people's concerts and things like that. I did not watch any kind of BTS stuff because I was just kind of looking up EXO stuff. But once you are into a certain genre, YouTube's going to suggest oh, if you like EXO, you probably want to watch BTS. And so one day I was just watching YouTube. I had finished, I believe, I had finished 100 Days My Prince, and I didn't know what I wanted to watch next. And then that kind of sad that it had the series had distracted me from that very sad feeling I was having. But it was kind of coming back because I finished the series and it was over. And then the feeling started coming back, and I'm like, oh no, I need something else. It's going to be a while till I could get back to work and step into a normal routine. I need something that can just, get me through the New Year's, and so I'm just watching YouTube. Not really looking for anything, just kind of watching random stuff and letting the autoplay go. So it's just the YouTube just giving me any video it feels like I might like. Then I watched Dynamite, and I just feel so happy listening to that song, watching those boys dance. It just was this experience that was so strange, because my mood instantly flipped while watching the video. And I was just like, oh, I need more of this. And then I watched Boy with Love, and I was just like, this pink is one of my favorite colors. I was like this pink, beautiful fantasy, and their dance moves, and they're cute. And this song is the most adorable song I've ever heard. Boy with Love feels like you have a crush on somebody and you're like about to tell them you like them. Like that's kind of like that's how the song makes me feel. The song low key makes me feel a little giddy. And even sometimes when I listen to it today, like being like a month and a half after hearing it for the first time, I still kind of feel that way when I listen to the song. It's yeah. So I continued with this, YouTube algorithm, listening to um, BTS and hearing new songs, and I it's like I couldn't stop. I was obsessed. Then YouTube, the autoplay played Love Killer by Monsta X. And I was just floored. Like the fact that they were all these different kind of like serial killers in the music video. And well, not serial killers. I think only one of them was like the guy, like Manuk was the guy from Psycho. And then that was like what his character was based off of, and then Hyungwon was the Tyler Durden character. When I tell you, when I saw that tall glass of water named Hyungwon, I just fell in love instantly. His amazing dance moves, the way he would almost like grit his teeth while he was dancing, him in that red like mock turtleneck, his hair, like, everybody talks about his like long hair is so cute because it is. I fell in love. And yes, though, like Dynamite and Love Killer were just this, it was just an experience. Both of those songs were just an experience. And now it's like I've almost listened to nothing but K-pop for a month and a half. I occasionally will put on some songs that I used to listen to before. I like a lot of R&B. I like a lot of old school. I'm mostly an R&B person, but seriously, for the last month and a half, I've listened to almost exclusively K-pop, and I'm not mad. For a little while, I was like, this is a legit obsession. Like, am I okay? For like the first 2 weeks, I was like, I need to stop. What is this like K-pop compulsion I have? And I was watching compilation videos, and as I'm watching compilation videos of like BTS's funniest moments, BTS on vacation, that type of stuff, that's when I fell for Jin. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about biases right now. That's another episode. Yeah, that is how I became Army and a Monbebe. We all fall down the rabbit hole in different ways. For some people, they saw, a fan-made video or all different kind of ways. Share how you fell down the rabbit hole in the comment section. I would love to hear it. I think the way I fell is kind of interesting. I think that's kind of funny how the video just kind of popped up, and the fact that they released Dynamite with the intention of helping people through the pandemic is so amazing, because that's literally what I needed. And I didn't get the song until months later when I really needed it, which is just a cool, funny thing. And I'm very grateful to them, because it's still hard. It's 2021. It's the new year. I'm working again. I'm progressing in my ways that I haven't, been for the past however many months I was quarantining and working from home. but they're still helping me out. It's still, you know, it really is music for healing. It's helping heal me, and I'm gladly still falling down the rabbit hole, and I'm gladly still loving them, loving their music, appreciating it. I will go to a concert one day. It will happen. That would make me so happy. I'm gonna buy some kind of merch. Um, yeah, I'm Army. I'm a Monbebe. And in my next episode, I do think I want to talk about biases. I kind of gave a little sneak peek of who my biases are from each group, but I want to talk about bias wreckers. I want to talk about OT7, and I guess for Monsta X, OT6, and all that fun stuff. All right. Thanks for listening. This was fun. I am Elle Jay. This is Army Bebe. Talk to you in the comments.